Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope all of you are well, fine, safe inside your homes. Today we will start with chapter 8 in history, that is devotional paths to the divine. So, we are going to start with this chapter, that is devotional paths to the divine. Terms. So, let us begin with terms first. Dargah. So, what is a dargah? You must have heard of it. It is a tomb of or a religious saint in the Muslim community which is recognized as a pilgrimage. We Hindus go to the temple. Likewise, Muslim community, they go to dargah, that is Dargah. So what is dargah? It is a tomb of a religious saint in Muslim community recognized as a pilgrimage. Next we have is langar, that is Langer. It's a common kitchen where people of all the backgrounds can eat together. So it's like a common kitchen where people will not be judged on the basis of their religion, but people of all the religion can sit and eat together. Next we have is Dharmshala. So that is a sacred place created by Baba Guru Nanak. So all of you must be knowing it. Next we have bhakti. It means devotion to God. What do you mean by bhakti? It is devotion to God. Next, Gurumukhi, that is a new script which was introduced by Guru Nanak. From the word itself you can understand Gurumukhi, that is introduced by the Guru Nanak. So now after that came the idea of supreme God. The idea of a supreme God. So before large kingdoms had emerged, different groups of people worshipped their own gods and goddesses. People used to worship their own god and goddesses. The idea that human beings are not equal at birth gained ground during this period. So during that time, people used to think that all the human beings are not equal at their birth time. The idea of supreme God who could deliver humans from bondage through bhakti or through devotion or bhakti emerged. That is, we can follow God, we can reach up to God with the path, that is through the devotional path or bhakti that emerged. Now we will talk about Nayanars and Alvars. So between 7th and 9th centuries there was an emergence of new religious movements. They were led by Nayanars, that is saints devoted to Shiva. So all the saints who had devoted themselves to Shiva, they were called as Nayanars, that is Nayanars. And Alvars, saints devoted to Vishnu. So all the saints who had devoted themselves to Lord Vishnu, they were called as Alvars, Alvars. So this was Nayanars and Alvars, who came from all the castes, including those considered untouchables, such as the Poliar and the Panars. These are just the names where they have categorized it like this, who were considered untouchable during those times. Now, Nayanars and Alvars wandered from place to place and composed unique poems and music in praise of their deities. Deities here it means God. अपने अपने भगवान के लिए they used to compose different poems and different music. So they used to worship like that. That was one of their forms. Next we have is Shankara. Shankara, born in Kerala in the 8th century, was a very influential thinker of India. He advised people to give up worldly things because they are an illusion or maya, and to follow the path of knowledge because it is the true path of salvation. So what he told people that you are believing on the things that are just said, you have not experienced it. So it is better that you follow the path of knowledge, because when you follow the path of knowledge, that will be your true path of salvation. So he advised people like this. Next we have is Ramanuja. So he was born in Tamil Nadu in the 11th century, and he was highly influenced by the philosophy of the Alvars. He thought the path to salvation was through intense devotion of Lord Vishnu, because the grace of Lord helps devotees attain the permanent bliss. What is permanent bliss? That is freedom, happiness, all of it. So he believed that when you worship Lord Vishnu, you will be having the grace, you will be having a permanent bliss, that is freedom and happiness. So this was all a different opinion, different beliefs of the people. So that was it for today. I hope you have understood the first part well. Thank you. Have a good day.